You know that common belief that once you hit 70, a slow decline is, well, just inevitable, that you're kind of just waiting for the clock to run out? Well, today, we are going to completely turn that idea on its head, because the latest science is showing us a fascinating group of people. They call them Super Agers, who prove that's just not how it has to be. So let's dive into the 5 simple habits these folks use to completely defy expectations.
So on one side, you have this cultural expectation of decline. It's almost what we're taught to expect. But on the other side, you have the reality, which is totally backed by science, that people can and do reach their 90s with minds that are sharp and bodies that are strong. And here's the kicker. It's not an accident. It's not just about winning the genetic lottery. It is the direct result of specific daily habits that are constantly telling their bodies to keep repairing, keep rebuilding, day after day.
And believe it or not, one of the most powerful habits is something you can literally do right now without even getting out of your chair. It might just be the key to protecting your brain from shrinking. We're going to reveal exactly what that is in just a bit, so definitely stick around as we break down all 5.
Okay, let's get right into it with habit number 1. This one targets the single biggest enemy of our physical independence as we get older, and that is the loss of muscle.
The fancy medical term for this is sarcopenia. But what's really eye-opening about this slide is the visual, right? You can actually see how that healthy red muscle tissue literally shrinks and gets replaced by white, fatty tissue. Now, this process just hits the accelerator after age 70. We're talking a loss of up to 15% of your muscle mass per decade if you're not actively using those muscles. And that right there is the main reason why falls become so much more dangerous.
So what's the solution? Well, you can forget the gym membership. It's something called the kitchen counter push-up. And it's absolutely brilliant because it connects a new, healthy habit to something you already do every single day. So anytime you're waiting for the kettle to boil or for the microwave to ding, you just do 10 simple standing push-ups against your kitchen counter.
And this gets to the heart of why it works. This simple little action sends a massive signal throughout your entire body. It's a direct message, almost like you're talking to yourself, saying, hey, I am still using these muscles. Keep them strong. Do not let them dissolve. It's basically a daily conversation with your body to keep sarcopenia at bay.
Okay, let's move on to our second habit. We're shifting gears now from the body to the mind. This one is all about keeping your brain feeling young, sharp, and adaptable. Now, I'm sure we've all heard it. Do crossword puzzles to keep your mind sharp. And look, they're fun, no doubt about it. But the science shows they mostly just reinforce the neural pathways you already have. To truly keep your brain young, the real key isn't repetition, it's novelty. It's learning something completely new that actually builds new roads in your brain.
So how can we get a dose of novelty easily into our day? With the non-dominant brushing habit, it could not be simpler. Tomorrow morning, just try brushing your teeth with your other hand. If you're a righty, use your left. And I'll tell you right now, it's going to feel awkward. It's going to feel clumsy and probably a little frustrating. But that is exactly the point.
That feeling of frustration, that's a fantastic sign. It's the feeling of your brain being shaken out of autopilot, being forced to build brand new connections. Just think of it like a construction crew suddenly showing up to build new roads in a city that hasn't expanded in years. It's an incredible 2-minute workout for your nervous system, every single day.
Okay, on to habit number 3, which honestly might be the most enjoyable one on the whole list. And this is the answer to that question I asked at the beginning. It's all about the social snack.
Now, I know this sounds dramatic, but the research on this is just crystal clear. Social isolation and chronic loneliness are physically destructive. The actual impact on your cardiovascular system is comparable to smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. So the takeaway here is that our social health isn't some fluffy nice-to-have, it is an absolute must-have for a long life.
The great news is, the solution doesn't mean you have to become a social butterfly overnight. The habit is just to have a little social snack every day, a moment of micro-socialization. We're talking about tiny moments of connection, a quick chat with the cashier at the store, a friendly hello to your mail carrier, a 5-minute call to a grandchild. They seem small, but they are incredibly powerful.
So why does this work so well? Well, it all comes down to chemistry. These small, positive interactions trigger the release of oxytocin, which you've probably heard called the love hormone or the bonding hormone. And what that does is it immediately lowers your stress hormone, cortisol, and it gives your immune system a nice little boost. It is a biological dose of wellness.
All right, let's move on to habit number 4. This one is all about mastering something we all need, but that often gets a lot more challenging as we age, and that's sleep.
So many people find that after 70, their sleep just becomes fragmented. You wake up more often, or you're wide awake way earlier than you want to be. A lot of the time, that's because your circadian rhythm, your body's internal 24-hour clock, has gotten a little weaker. That clock is what tells you when to feel tired and when to feel awake. And if it gets out of sync, your sleep really suffers.
The solution is a habit called the morning light bath, and this slide shows you exactly why it works. Within 30 minutes of waking up, you need to get natural sunlight into your eyes, no sunglasses. That morning light acts like a starter pistol for your brain, signaling that the day has officially begun. But here's the cool part. It also sets a roughly 12-hour timer for your brain to start releasing melatonin, the sleep hormone, later that evening. So better sleep tonight actually starts this morning. And finally, our 5th habit. This one is so critical, and it helps prevent some of the most common reasons older adults end up in the emergency room. Things like falls, dizziness, and confusion.
Okay, here's the trap. As we get older, our body's own signal for thirst becomes really unreliable. For a lot of people, it basically breaks. And what that means is you can be significantly dehydrated, enough to cause really serious problems, and not feel thirsty at all. You just can't rely on that feeling anymore.
So the solution is a brilliant technique called front-loading. Look, I get it. A lot of people avoid drinking water in the evening because they don't want to be waking up all night to use the bathroom. That makes perfect sense. The key is to drink about 80% of your daily water before 2 p.m. Start your day with 2 big glasses of water before you even think about coffee. Get it in early so you can sleep soundly later. So, we've just covered 5 powerful, science-backed habits. And the core message here, really, is that while getting older is a privilege, how you age is very much a choice you can influence every single day.
And here they are again, one last time. The kitchen counter push-ups to fight muscle loss, the non-dominant brushing to rewire your brain, the social snack for your emotional and physical health, the morning light bath to master your sleep, and front-loading your hydration to stay safe and energized. Now, you do not have to start all 5 tomorrow. In fact, don't. Just pick one.
And that really leads us to the final and most important question. This isn't just about passively listening to information. It's about actively doing something with it. So looking at that list right now, what is the one habit, just one, that you will commit to starting tomorrow morning? Choosing just one makes it doable, and starting tomorrow makes it real.